Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you've had an awesome day. I know I have had a really busy day, but happy Wednesday, and it's time for Cooking with Gail. And we are going to be doing an old recipe that's been around longer than I've been around with Pampered Chef, which is a long time. This was one of the most popular recipes when I first started selling Pampered Chef almost 19 years ago. And it's still a family favorite from everybody that I know loves this recipe. And it's actually something that you can do on a piece of stoneware. And I know many of us have our favorite pieces of stoneware, and most people absolutely love their pizza stone, right? Now yours may look a little different from mine. This is a relatively new stone. When they redesigned them and made them dishwasher safe. If you have a stone that has this on the back, that actually means that you can put them in the dishwasher. You know, for so many years, I had to preach to my customers, don't put soap on these, don't put them in the dishwasher, but now you absolutely can. So that's why it looks a little different. It's not gotten quite as dark because I haven't used it quite as much. So we could use this stone, or I actually have another piece that I think I'm going to use tonight for this recipe. So let me grab it. Because our recipe that we're going to do is the taco ring. How many of you have made that before? Or many times? I know I have made this recipe a lot since I started Pampered Chef. And I love to make the rings or the wreaths because they use crescent rolls. And who doesn't like a good crescent roll, right? I see I got a couple people already joined in. Hey, Maria, my friend out in, oh my goodness, is it Colorado, I think, or Arizona? I know you're out west. And another friend from California. Hey, Norma. Love seeing you guys joining me. It's good to see you. So anyway, we're going to get started with, and let me show you this other piece of stoneware because it is super nice. I used it yesterday because I took some brownies and strawberries and some white chocolate sauce to my Bible study last night. But this is also a piece of stoneware. Now look, it looks huge, right? But actually the diameter is the same as our pizza stone. But it does have a nice glaze on here. It's glazed all the way around on the bottom and the top. And it is stone, it is glazed, so we can put it in the oven, cook on it, we can serve on it, and we can put it in the dishwasher for cleanup if you so desire. And it comes, when you order this, it does come with a little matching bowl, so it makes it great for dips and things. And I think I'm going to use this tonight. I have never made the ring on this, so I've always used my other pizza stone, but I think I'm going to use this one. And we're going to put our taco ring on here, and then we're going to put some toppings and things, some lettuce, some chopped tomatoes, and things like that in our little bowl in the middle, and it'll make it look really pretty. Plus, we'll have some toppings for the taco ring, right? So anyway, well, let's go ahead and get going with this. The first thing, of course, when you make tacos, you got to have your taco meat. And I do have two of my granddaughters here, but I think they've about decided they didn't want to do this. One said she had to do her homework. So that's okay. I told them, I said, if you want to come and say hello to my friends, that's great because they're growing up. And I don't think they're coming over yet. So, but it's okay. You've probably seen pictures of them already, but one of them is 15 and one is 12. And you know, they're growing up too fast, and I just love having them here, but they're spending the night tonight. So anyway, we're going to get started with our taco meat, and this is a pound of lean ground beef. And this is the pan is actually one that we gave away, used it as a host special reward that hostesses could get a couple months ago, but now it's actually available for sale. It's a piece of our nonstick stainless, and I don't know if you can see my hamburger meat in there, but you can see that grid pattern there, and it's super because it cooks like a stainless steel pan and browns things, but it's so easy to clean up. It has that nonstick finish in there. So we're going to go ahead and get the ground beef going over here. Let me turn the heat on, and when that starts browning up a little bit, we will use our trusty tool for our ground beef, our mix and chop, and we will have that to chop up our meat. So, just basic taco meat with the taco seasoning. I picked up a packet because I was out of my Southwestern seasoning that I like to use for tacos, so I just picked up a packet of that. We're going to add a little bit of water, and then we're going to start putting things together over here. I also need to go ahead and grate some cheese, so I'm going to do that while our meat is starting to brown. get that turned up a little bit so we can get that going. And we're going to get started with our cheese that we're grating, okay? So I've got a 8-ounce block of sharp cheddar, and the recipe actually calls for almost 2 cups, 2 3/4 cups of shredded cheddar cheese. It'll probably take most of this, and of course we're going to want to have some extra cheese on hand. Everybody likes to add a little extra cheese to that taco, so we're going to go ahead and grate this. This is my adjustable coarse grater, and I absolutely adore this. This is my favorite grater of all, except if I'm doing Parmesan cheese, I will use our zester. But this one, it works on the incline like this. Real easy to do it sturdy. If you're just going to grate a little bit and you want to grate it like into a bowl or into somebody's plate, you can even hold it out like that. Easy cleanup. It goes right in the dishwasher as well. So let's just go ahead. Now, you'll have to excuse me. You know, sometimes I'm a daredevil. I'm not using my food holder, and I've done this so many times. But you know, when you first get a grater, if you've never used a box grater, you know, the old box graters, you definitely need to use your food holder until you get used to how much pressure you need to put on to grate. We don't want to have any added skin in our food, right? No added protein. That's a terrible joke, I know. But anyway, here we are. Let's get this cheese grated up. And then we're going to start getting our crescent rolls out. Now, I left my crescent rolls in the refrigerator until just a few minutes ago, because anytime you're working on any type of a food like this, you know, if you have a dessert that uses crescent rolls or anything, if you're going to have to use them and put them in a baking dish or something, you need to keep them cold, because they will, when the warmer they get, they're harder to work with. So make sure you keep your crescent rolls in the fridge until you're ready to use them. I just took mine out just a second ago, right before we turned the camera on. Let's see who else is out there. I see my friend Pam is out there, and Connie. Oh, I see my husband is watching me. He's watching from the living room. But hello everybody, welcome to our cooking demo today. I hope you've had a great day. It's been a Wednesday, hasn't it? And but you know, this is a good day. My granddaughters are here. We get to spend some time with them tonight. They're going to spend the night, and I get to take them to school in the morning. So haven't had to get up early in quite some time in time to get to school, you know. All right, so this will go over here to the sink. It'll go into the dishwasher here in a little while. We've got all our cheese ready to go, and now I'm going to just point the camera back there. Let me see if I can pull it up a bit so that you can see how nice this beef is browning. Let me drop my water I just spilled. There we go. And turn the heat down just a little bit, but check that out. It's browning up really nice. And of course, I always assume that everybody has a mix and chop like this, but if you don't, and you do a lot of things with ground beef, you absolutely need one. And I know some people, they're like, I got to buy one for the camper. I got to buy one for the lake house. You know, we got to have a mix and chop wherever we might be when we're cooking, right? We use it that much. All right, it'll take just a couple more minutes. The beef is browning up nice, but I want you to look at that. It is not sticking at all. This is lean ground beef. I think it's 93.7. I don't like to have to drain a lot of grease. Oh, I see my friend Nancy is out there. Nancy Rogers. Hey, Nance. Hey, Shannon. Shannon just got through hosting her party and did phenomenal. She took advantage of that double free back in January. I can't wait for you to get all those new products, Shannon. I'm excited for you. All right. So let's let that keep going. I may have turned it down just a little bit too much. But let's go. I'm going to go ahead and turn you around now. And we're going to look. Let's see if you can see. If I tilt you down enough. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and start working on getting our taco ring started. So we'll be ready to put the meat and the cheese in as soon as it finishes browning. But like I said, this is a quick and easy thing to do if you've got all the ingredients. So we're just going to open this up and get it takes 2 cans of crescent rolls, and so that's a total of 16. And I'm going to show you, it's some people get all freaked out. They're like, oh, how do you put that on there? It's really not difficult at all. Now, you need to, if you're using a regular pizza stone, you're going to have to kind of just gauge it. You might take a bowl like this size and kind of set it in the middle of your pizza stone. If you're using this is actually our chip and dip set. Comes with a bowl, but it's got like a circle there, so it's going to make it really easy for us to line up our crescent rolls. But you know, after you do it a couple times, it's not hard to figure it out. So let's take these. We're going to separate them. That's why you don't want to get them out and let them get warm. And you're going to take the wide end, and it's going to go towards the center. And it's okay. You want the tips of your crescent rolls to kind of hang over the edge, okay? And I think I'm really going to like, oops, I took the corner off that one. I think I'm really going to like this, using this chip and dip thing for my crescent rolls. You're going to let them overlap just a little bit, because remember, we've got 16 of these to go in. All right, so it's okay if they overlap. I don't know where that piece of dough came from. I think it must have been on this one. Anyway, we'll stick it in there. I think it was part of that. All right, and we got 4 more, and then we got another can. So we have a total of 16 crescent rolls here. I know crescent rolls probably aren't the healthiest thing to eat, but you know what? They sure are good, aren't they? I may have to move those a little bit closer. They can overlap quite a bit. Let me move this over. Because we have, like I said, 2 cans of crescent rolls. I'm going to have to go over here and chop up my hamburger meat. I'll be right back. Now, if you're not a fan of tacos, you know what? We have lots of other things that you can put in a crescent roll ring like this, or you can do a braid. And you know, one of my favorites is the turkey cranberry wreath or ring. And sometimes if you don't want as much bread, you can actually just use 1 can and just turn them over. But I like the crescent rolls pretty well. Always have. If I can get them open, that's the hardest part. But the turkey cranberry wreath is really fun to make, of course, after the holidays when you've got leftover turkey. And recipes, you can just you can go on to my website, on the Pampered Chef, and you can find all kinds of recipes to do with the crescent rolls. You know, I think a long time ago we did, it seems like, I mean, this has been back when I first started selling. I believe we had a cookbook that even told how to arrange the rolls and everything, how to do your wreath and ring, and also the braids. They're a lot of fun to make as well. Okay, so let's just continue on with our crescent rolls. We're just going to keep letting them overlap. And I may have to actually scoot some of these over some more. We've got them pretty close together, but we've still got 4 more to go. So they want you to let them overlap a lot. But if you need to move them, that's okay. Who else is out there? I see Christine. Hey, Chris and Judy. Hope you girls have had a great day. We are making, if you're just joining us, we're making a taco ring. And this is one of the oldest recipes I know of from Pampered Chef. And let me see if I can move these over. I'll just keep overlapping this because we've got about 4 more to go on here. So we got lots of bread on this thing. Let's just put 1. I'm just going to squeeze it in right here because those are kind of small ones. I'm going to squeeze that one in over the top. So you see, you just make it fit. There's no right or wrong, because it's going to be good, right? Okay. How many of you have made this before? I see my friend Sandy's out there. Sandy, you recognize this dish? I brought it last night to our Bible study, but it had brownies in it, right? And strawberries. So that's what I really love about this. This looks a little crowded over here, but it'll be okay. So we're just going to kind of mush that together. If you have your baker's roller, which I think I have one right here. Let's see. Yep. You can actually take this and seal this a little bit. And just kind of flatten that out so the taco meat has a good base to lay on there. All right. Let me stir a little bit more. And then we're going to add our taco seasoning. I'm going to turn you back around this way so you don't just have to look at that dough the whole time. I'm using this new non-stick stainless pan that's available this month for our hosts and also for our guests to purchase. If you want to add another piece to your non-stick stainless collection, I love this line of cookware. And we also have a saucepan available. And I don't have the saucepan. I'm going to have to get that this month because I want to add that. We have not had any saucepans with this line of cookware. So I'm anxious to get one of those as well. Anyway, I'm just going to add in a taco mix here. And we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of water is all. We don't want it to be real runny for this recipe. So I'm going to get a couple tablespoons of water. And then we're just going to mix that together. And we'll let that get all incorporated in, get those flavors together. And then we'll be ready to put our taco ring together. Now, we do need to get our oven preheated, and I forgot to turn that on, so let me grab my paper. We do need the oven on 375. So it won't take long. We'll get that by the time we get everything put together. The oven should be preheated. And that's looking pretty tasty. Now, let me pick up some of my trash, and then we'll move the camera around, and we will start putting our taco ring together. Sandy, I bet you remember making taco rings a long time ago. I know she has been a consultant a couple of times, and I know she remembers that because this was a very popular recipe, correct? All right, I need to grab an egg. We are going to do a little egg wash on top to help it get browner. Let me see if I can get an egg out of here. And actually what I'm going to do, we're just going to use the white of the egg. Let me adjust my camera here a little bit. And so I'm going to use something I don't use real often, but we have a wonderful egg separator. If you're a baker and you sometimes you just use the yolk or the white part. So we're going to separate our egg here, because I am just going to use the egg white for this egg wash. So we're going to separate that super easy. Oh, I bet you didn't even see me because I didn't have the camera turned. I'm sorry about that, guys. But you just break the egg right over a bowl, and then as you can see, the white is drizzling out. So I have to shake it a little bit, help it along. Sometimes they're a little bit of a problem. Come on, egg white. Wouldn't you know it? And you just kind of jostle them around, and I kind of rake them over the edge and to get that egg white to come in. You just don't want to break the yolk in there. There we go. It's almost there. Perfect. And then I'm just going to put my yolk over here, get it out of the way. But we're going to use our egg white and our little basting brush to do an egg white wash on top of our crust once we get things going here. Okay, so let's see what we need to do next. We've got our dough ready to go here. Let's see if I can scoot you guys over. And I'm going to bring my pan over here. I think everything's good to go with it. I'm going to set it right here on the side so you guys can see I've got my ground beef right there. And then I'm going to use one of my stainless scoops because that is one of the best ways I know of to distribute the meat around equally and not have all of it in one spot, okay? So, what we're going to do first, we're going to put just a little bit of cheese, I think. Let me read these directions because this is a little different from the way I did it before. All right. Bring the points up. Let's see. Oh, I have got to put my almost all of my cheese in with the meat, so that is a little bit different. So we're going to do that. I'm glad I reread that. So we're going to put about 1.5 cups of our cheese in with the meat. And that looks like about that amount. I'm not measuring cheese tonight, guys. So let me get my spoon back. We're just going to stir that around. We've already added our water and our seasoning, so we'll have a lot of the cheese mixed in with the meat, which will make it even yummier. And we don't have to add quite as much to it later. So here we go. Then we'll be ready to scoop. And of course that cheese is going to melt a little bit right now in the pan. That's okay. That'll just make it easier to scoop up. All right, so we're going to take this is our large scoop, not the extra large, but the large one. And I'm just going to scoop up some of our meat here. Ooh, that pan's kind of hot. And I'm just going to start right around the edge, putting a little scoop of meat there. Don't want to get too much in there at one time. Just a level scoop is good. What do you think? Think this might be the perfect thing to serve if you're watching the Super Bowl maybe on Sunday, or just when you have the grandkids over, everybody likes tacos, that's a good thing to have. Or maybe it's just, you know, when you don't really know what else to cook for dinner and you've got this crescent rolls and ground beef on hand, it's just a great fun recipe to have. Don't feel like going to the Mexican restaurant, you can just make your own dish here at home. Alright, so it's looking pretty tasty here. It smells wonderful. Of course, who doesn't like tacos? And I think I like my tacos better in crescent rolls than I do in a shell. So let me see if I can rake up the rest of this meat. Scoop or so in here. We got room for a little bit right over here. You just want to kind of evenly place the meat, because then we're going to actually cover that. You probably hear my husband sneezing in the background. It's okay. There we go. That's looking pretty even. A little bit more on this side. All right, guys. Now, I'm going to turn you back around this way so you can see the whole thing. So you see how we have our meat all the way around. Now, we're going to take our ends now, and we're just going to stretch them across gently and just sort of slide it under the end, the inside part. So slide that tip. See, there's our oven. It's ready to go. And we're just going to kind of come around. We'll go, let's do some this way. You just kind of stick that tip of the crescent roll up underneath. There we go. And we're just going to do that all the way around. And like I said, what makes it easy to do this in using this chip and dip thing is because you have that circle in the middle, and that helps you keep it lined up. But you know what? I've made it so many times on my flat pizza stone, and it doesn't have to be perfect, guys, does it? This one's not going to be perfect either. I'm not perfect. But hey, it's looking pretty good. I think everybody will be happy to have some of this for dinner tonight. There we go. We got our ends tucked under. Now we're going to take that egg wash and we're going to go over that. And what this does, this just helps your crescent rolls to brown a little bit better. And then we're going to scatter some more cheese on top. and it will stick. See where we're putting this egg wash? That's going to help it stick on there. Now once we get this done, it's going to go into the oven, 375 degree preheated oven, and it's going to cook for about 25 to 30 minutes, just until it's nice and golden brown. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a little bit more cheese. We're not going to overdo it on the cheese on the outside, and we'll save some if anybody wants extra on their particular piece. And then while it's baking, I'm going to cut up some lettuce and a few little tomatoes, and we're going to have some toppings that I will be putting in the bowl in the center of this. So I will definitely post a picture for you when it's all done. I'm trying to clean up the edges here to make it look a little nicer. But there we go. There is our taco ring on our stoneware chip and dip plate. But like I mentioned earlier, you can always use your regular pizza stone to do the same thing. And I will post this recipe for you guys, and I hope that you'll try this in your own kitchen. Now let me see who else is out there. Wow, I see, Whitney's watching. How you doing, girl? Been wondering about you. I see Katie's out there. Christy, another former consultant and friend of mine that lives in California. Wow. And Janice is watching. Janice, you're my regular, aren't you, girl? I appreciate you so much. But anyway, this is our taco ring. It's going into the oven right now, and then we'll be eating in about 30 minutes or so. I will make a picture of the finished product when it's done, and I'll also post this recipe because I want you to try it in your kitchen as well. It'll be perfect for Sunday's big game if you're a fan of football, or even if you're not, make the taco ring and have a good time with your friends. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and come back next week. Every Wednesday I'm usually cooking dinner unless something happens, and I appreciate all of you guys very much. If you've got any questions about anything with Pampered Chef, let me know. We do have a big sale right now, and if you haven't checked that out, be sure and look on the featured items there on this page, in this group. You'll see a picture of everything that's on sale. All of those products are the things that are going to be discontinued at the end of February. And they're 35% off right now. So hey, grab them while you can get them, right? And get a deal. So just reach out to me if you've got questions about that. If you're interested in hosting a party, you know what? You can use your host rewards and get sale items. Save a bunch of money doing that by hosting your own party. And I'll be glad to help you with that as well. So I will see you later. Please, if you're coming in just now, I see a couple of people just joining us. Don't worry. The video will repost here in just a second as soon as I cut it off, so it will be here and you can watch it at your leisure, or you can go back and watch the beginning if you missed it. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. I will see you soon. Yell at me if you need me. Bye bye.